Hello everyone, I'm Lindsay Thompson from CBT with Lindsay, and I'm a Pathways coach for the South of Scotland Enterprise. And today I'd like to talk about confidence in business and how to have bold thinking. A lot of people think confidence comes first. They think, when I feel more confident, then I'll speak up. When I feel more ready, then I'll go for it. When I believe in myself more, then I'll take the risk. But in real life, confidence usually doesn't come first. Confidence comes after action. And that matters because so many people stay stuck waiting for a feeling that was never supposed to come before the first step. The people we look at and think, God, they're so confident, often didn't start that way at all. They started scared, uncertain, wobbly, full of self-doubt, but they acted anyway. And that action gave them something really powerful. It gave them evidence. The brain likes evidence. Evidence that they could cope, evidence that they could survive discomfort, evidence that they were more capable than they thought. And this is how confidence is built. Not through waiting, not through hoping, but through doing. I remember speaking to a woman who wanted to put herself forward for bigger opportunities in her business, but she just kept holding back. She said, I just don't feel confident enough. And what she really meant was, I don't want to get this wrong. I don't want to look foolish. I don't want to feel exposed, which is so human. Because confidence isn't really the issue a lot of the time. It's vulnerability, it's risk, it's fear of judgment. So instead of waiting to feel different, she started to do small things. Nothing dramatic, just tiny small moves. She put her hand up in meetings. She introduced herself to people she would usually avoid. She shared her ideas before they were perfect. And every time she did that, she felt a little stronger. Not because it was easy, but because she was proving to herself, I actually can do uncomfortable things. And this is where confidence starts. I think sometimes we imagine confidence as something people are born with, like some people just naturally have it and others don't. This isn't true. Confidence is built because every time you do something small or push yourself out your comfort zone, your brain learns that the next time you try this, it's not so bad. You're not really in danger. You've done this before. And eventually it kind of stops setting off the fight, flight and freeze alarm in your brain and you start to feel calmer. And the important thing is, confidence doesn't have to look really loud. It can be something really quiet and small. It doesn't have to mean being the boldest or loudest person in the room. It doesn't have to mean being extrovert or extremely polished or totally fearless. Sometimes confidence is actually very quiet. It's simple. It can be things like walking into the room, even though when your heart's racing. Having that conversation you would normally avoid, and putting yourself forward without knowing the outcome, trying before you feel really ready. It's all very exciting and very nerve-wracking, but it's also building your confidence there, and that really counts. Also think one of the biggest shifts people can make is to stop asking, how do I become more confident? And start asking yourself, like, what would be a slightly braver version of myself look like? What would they do? What if I was 10% braver? What would that look like? Because confidence grows through evidence, like one action, one small win at a time, the people who grow most are not always the people with the least fear. They're often the people most willing to move with the fear. Because once you realise fear and confidence can exist together, you'll stop waiting to become fearless, and you'll be more willing to try, more willing to learn, more willing to be seen, and also more willing to be imperfect. And honestly, that is where so much growth begins, because there's rarely a perfect moment where you suddenly feel fully ready. You'll often have to act before you feel certain and speak before you feel polished. Take the step before you know exactly how it will turn out. And that isn't weakness. That's it. That's the game. That's process. So if I leave you with one thought for today, it's this. Don't wait for confidence to appear before you act. Act and let the confidence catch up. Thank you very much. So thank you for listening to today's talk on confidence. I have added some worksheets at the end of this video, and that's to start recognising where you're lacking in confidence, where you can become more aware of areas that you would like to have more confidence, and then do something about it. Please see my attached sheets. Thank you.